YouTube.com/Tim Westwood TV. We are up in the building with Reverend Ron, and I am going to be, Reverend, I'm going to be quite honest with you, brother. You are looking at me like you don't really remember me.
I know you get down.
Don't. You walked in here and
you had your head down, man.
Yo, it's like you don't know the name.
Look like you was working.
Man, you are in this building like you don't know me.
Come on, don't do that,
Is that
Tim.
what's happened over these years?
No, Tim, no. Don't act like that.
Is this what's happened?
Come on, man. I came in here.
It feels like it. It feels like
well,
it.
You must have been intimidated. You had your head down. You wouldn't look up. You're supposed to come greet me. I'm in your town.
I was coming round and I thought he doesn't recognize me.
stopped.
Then I stopped. I thought it was inappropriate.
No, man.
You're looking at me like you don't
Come on,
know
let's
me.
stop that. I love you.
We've got that history.
You got the swag, man. I ultimate respect due. I understand where I'm at. When I came in this room, I felt the presence of the whole game plan. I've been coming out here since I was a kid rolling with you.
Exactly.
You and Jay was like bosom buddies. Seeing you strolling down Delancey Street catching wind with the swagger.
Yeah, exactly. On my own.
Right.
As a solo white kid.
I thought you was going to drop the balloons and push the button.
Oh, man, I apologize.
I was waiting for the bombs to happen.
Oh, I apologize.
I didn't hear all the explosions that I be hearing across in New York. I be hearing your tapes with the explosions.
Oh, man, that's right.
Where's all the hoopla, huh? So I came to launch a new Run sneaker.
To put your daughters in check to understand who's the daddy.
Right, exactly. I gotta put my sneaker out.
Exactly.
Their trainers are illin', mine's gotta be banging.
Exactly, because my Adidas set the template for the endorsement.
Exactly, so now
I was in Madison Square Gardens when 10,000 people held their sneakers in there.
I was 20.
I apologize, I was
21 with you.
I didn't look behind, but you know who was doing your security?
Who?
Mike Tyson.
Okay, yeah, he was there.
Exactly.
You've been there.
Now, one of my favorite friends in hip-hop was Jam Master Jay. We had so much time together, like, he was
your man.
He was
your man for sure.
He reminded me a lot of Funk Flex.
Yeah.
Just real hip-hop.
But Flex is Jay. And you in that same circle. I hear when your tapes come over to America, we be hearing how you get down. We smell the swagger. I understand. You gonna go through some stuff. Young white kid loving hip-hop like you do. But see, the color's not the barrier. The fact is that you love this and you were born to do it. And you were born to have haters. That's just a part of the game, baby. I seen how you handled them at the Mobos. You was like, pipe down. You'll be at my party later. I'm like, whoa. We was impressed with the Swaggerlicious. I'm just going to keep it funky. You know, I'm just trying to tell the truth about what I saw. They was like, you're like, whatever. Come on, let me my trophy. Let's move with this.
Exactly. They've still given that award out at the Mobiles now.
Yeah, cause you the man.
I know, I've got like 7 of them.
Come on, man. Why wouldn't you have it?
Our special guest up in the building, Rev Run, and we are talking about how blessed our lives are, brother.
I mean, here it is years later. I mean, how was we so much younger? I don't know, 15, 20 years? Exactly. And we're standing here. I'm a reverend now. You still on radio making your moves out here. When I looked at you, I was like, is this real? Are we still in this? Is this how we feed our kids? Is this what makes people happy? We wake up in the morning for hip-hop? That's crazy.
How blessed are we?
That's amazing.
And look at the journey as well.
Oh, the journey was whatever it is. You know, you go through the highs and the lows, and you make it through the people and the talk, but you still, hip-hop still stands there for you, and it was there for you to lean on. Hip-hop said, lean on me when you're not strong.
Now, Run's house, crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Who would have thought?
Yeah, that came out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere.
But I think it was a way God used to show where, in my vision, what do you do as you get older, LL?
Yes.
Jay-Z, you should get married. This is the picture. This is how you become Cool's inspiration and throw on the suit and cut the business deals. This is where you go into Russell's office. This is where you see Run's kids. This is where you gather inspiration of how to order your steps. This is what God, I know what I'm here for. I'm clear. I'm here to inspire. So that's what the show was about. And MTV, when we first was putting it together, they were like, you know what, MTV's kind of a crazy place. So you're just going to go on there with a collar and get in a tub and write words of wisdom, and you're not going to bust your wife in the head with a bottle of vodka. What's going to be what's the hook?
Yes.
There is no hook.
Yes.
The hook is we as hip-hop people look for this. You just don't know it. You think that has to be the low note to survive. So when we put out the first episode, it was the fastest picked up show in MTV history. It was like, first ep, pick it back up. And then we went on to the 8 seasons. We did 6 with Run's House and 2 with Daddy's Girls. And that's based on no shenanigans. It wasn't about, oh, what's going to happen next? Is Run going to beat this person? It was just Daddy. Daddy, home, with his wife and kids, doing business and being full of love. And showed people what hip-hop's about.
Exactly.
Why would they be attracted to something that's so peaceful and calm? Because that's a part of hip-hop, too.
Because there is no blueprint for growing old in hip-hop.
God had to use me. Put me in a blue suit for the blueprint. And, you know, it was blessed, you know. It's just really, who would have thunk it? How do you put a reverend on MTV? A rapper become a reverend with a collar on MTV that sits in a tub at the end and writes words of wisdom? Does that make any sense? But did it make any sense to mix Walk This Way, rock with hip hop?
Yes.
What makes sense about the pioneering run? What makes it attractive is I go my own path. Rockbox was attractive because you never heard nothing like it. Rev Run is attractive because what is it? And we love, that's why we buy Louis Vuitton. Or diamonds, because they're scarce. There's something that you can't find everywhere. And so people out there that want to follow the crowd, that's fine. But when you can create your own path, that's when you become a pioneer and you become interesting. So that's the key to life.
Now,
you.
How were these episodes discussed in advance? Oh, this is
Yeah,
going to
discussed.
happen?
It was like this. I'll be like on Friday, I'll be like, for the next week starting Monday, I'll be like, okay, so Rusty's dealing with a situation where he's breaking his Game Boys. Now, he don't know I'm going to corner him in his bedroom, MTV. Just get the cameras ready. We'll start the show off with me lecturing him about Rusty. Come on, man. You breaking your Game Boys. And he's like, I don't know. So I never gave the kids or the wife what I'm going to do, but I would tell MTV, here's my problems in my house. By the end, I will resolve it.
Yes.
So every time you would see me in the kitchen or walking into the kid's room, they don't know where daddy's going. So I know what I got to resolve this week. I might as well resolve it on TV. So they're like a deer in headlights. He's like, Rusty. So, huh? And he's scared to death because the cameras are on him.
Yes.
So each episode will be like, okay, this week my wife is bugging out. She wants, you know, a dimple on her face. I'm like, all right, I'm going to tell you how I'm going to act. We're going to let her run her mouth about how bad she wants it. I'm going to come up against it. And we're going to create some hilarity.
Yes.
And that's the way the episodes were created. I knew what the problems in Diggy's mad, I got a Phantom, and I got to drive him to the bus stop. I said, here's what we're going to do. We're going to have a conversation in the kitchen and just catch him out there. Dig, why you don't want your dad to have a Rolls Royce? You're the one who told him to get it. But Dad, not to drive me to school. So here we are. Camera on Diggy. Diggy talking real loud to Dad. Dad's like, hold up. You know, so we there. Yeah. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to meet him at the bus stop with a gorilla suit. Let's go get the gorilla suit. And you create what I would do if the cameras wasn't there. Except I know how to smooth it, work with it, lean with it, rock with it, until everybody's laughing and until the truth of my house comes out and is on television. And that's what kept people watching. You knew this is what would be happening in my house. Even if you can tell, like, how do they get the cameras in the bedroom? How do you get the cameras in the kitchen? Yeah, I know what I'm about to say, but the family pretty much is just going to be funny reacting to Dad in Run's house.
Who do you feel was the most natural on those cameras? Do you think Russ?
Rusty had the least
inhibitions.
Care.
Yes.
Right. He didn't have no ambitions to be a star. Everybody else was a little shook. Yeah. But then Vanessa and them started taking off the makeup. It started getting to the point where we was in bed. You know, if your hair's messed up, you put on a do-rag, whatever. You know what I mean? So you look at a couple episodes and you realize, I gotta let the swag down instead of putting the swag up, because too much swag up makes it corny. So you just gotta smell what would really happen, and you wouldn't go through 6 seasons if people started saying, you know, this is corny, this is too set up, or this is. So it was really, when I'm in Russell's office talking to him, he trying to protect himself, because he don't know what I'm gonna say.
Exactly, and I've seen you and Russ go for it, babe.
Yeah, we go back and forth, back and forth. So there's no script. It's just like, you know, JoJo got popped smoking weed. Here we go. Let's talk about it, Russ. Boom, boom, boom. JoJo walks in the house from we going at it. We're dealing with issues. We don't hold back if something goes wrong, whether my wife lost a baby, whether JoJo got popped for weed. We don't hold it back because as a minister, I gotta work out problems in your face. It can't be all happy Hawaii, jump up and down vacation time. It has to also be, what's the truth of this situation? So that keeps you. And then we adopted Miley. Is that fake? No, Miley's at home now. She's 3 years old. We adopted a baby. Well, we're filming. We might as well put it on TV. We lost the baby. Oh, sure other people did too. Maybe this will heal them to see that celebrities are not exempt from the storms of life. Because, so, you know, that's the show.
YouTube.com/Tim Westwood TV.